Greetings, my fellow hiker. Today I'm excited to share with you an incredible hike just north of Sedona, where you're going to get some unbelievable views of the red rocks, which is why Sedona is so famous. Hi, I'm Brice, the president of Vaucluse, where we love to sweat less and explore more, hike more, be outdoors more, just everything more, just sweating a whole lot less. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an incredible hike up Steamboat Rock, which is just north of Sedona, and you're going to get some fantastic views. It's not that long of a hike, but I have to warn you, it is not for everybody. Usually what I try to do is hikes for everybody that you can do quite easily. This one, however, I'm going to be sharing with you the trails that I took, the views that I had, and kind of a walkthrough pretty much of what I did, so that way you can see, well, if it's something that you want to do, but most importantly, is this something that you can do? Again, hiking is not all about just seeing the great views. It's being able to understand what your limits are. And I have to say, if you're not an expert with the rocks out here, it can get quite slippery. If you're not an expert in just the terrain, it might get a little dangerous. And obviously, sometimes it gets pretty hot. Now, in my case today, it wasn't that hot. First, let me walk you through specifically where we were. So the trail is just a few minutes north of Sedona, which obviously is in, I guess you could call it the northern part of Arizona. It's just south of Flagstaff and about an hour, 45 minutes north of Phoenix. I would say probably 45 minutes south of Flagstaff. So we are in the Coconino National Forest, which is the big forest around here. And you just take the 89A up north, and once you pass, the bridge is called the Midgley Bridge. You pass that, there's going to be a trailhead called the Wilson Mountain Trailhead, and that's where you can park your car. I recommend getting there early. Like most places, it fills up quite quickly. There is another spot further south, I believe, so on the south side of the bridge, there is a place that you can also park your car. But here I parked it at the Wilson Mountain Trailhead. I would say maybe there's 30 spots for cars, so it's kind of small. So you got to get there early. Now the trails that I took are three. I took three trails: the Wilson Canyon Trail, the Thompson Trail, and then an unmarked trail to get me the rest of the way. Let me walk you through each one of those trails. So you start off with the Wilson Canyon Trail. Very simple trail. Anyone can do this trail, not a problem. There are a few options. You don't have to continue to go up as I'm going to be going up. So you can definitely do this trail. Anyone can do this trail. Then the second is the Thompson Trail. You start climbing up relatively, it's still pretty easy. So this part anyone can do, and there is a section that goes around Steamboat Rock, and so you don't have to take what I'm going to be taking. You can continue on the Thompson Trail, and you're going to be perfectly fine. You're still going to get some pretty good views, but you're not going to be getting the views that I'm going to be showing you in a second. The third trail, which is an unmarked trail, it is a trail. I didn't go off and do my own thing. I would highly advise not doing that. I saw a tarantula on this part of the trail. They're not dangerous, just don't bother them. It wouldn't surprise me if there are snakes. So anyways, it's like any place. You don't want to go where no one else has gone. There is definitely a trail. If you go to my all trails, and the link is going to be below, you can find out how I got to the top. But it does get a little difficult. You have to climb on all fours, probably 2 to 3 times. So it's not the easiest. And the reason you have to climb 2 or 3 times is the rocks, the red rocks, they start becoming really big, and you literally have to just climb on these big rocks. I wouldn't consider it mountain climbing, but you do have to climb, and you go up, and eventually you get some really stunning views. The total elevation gain was practically 1,000 feet. So if you are not in good shape, this might be pretty difficult. 1,000 feet's pretty much, even for me, it's a bit of a challenge. The length was just under 4 miles. That's going all the way up to the top and then going down. Total time was 2 hours, 45 minutes. There were several pauses just, you know, to take a break, to talk, to take some photos. So the moving time was about 2 hours. 1 hour, 25 minutes to go up and then 40 minutes to go down. Overall, this was a really, really good hike. Again, great views. If you can do it, if you can't do it, there's plenty of other trails surrounding Steamboat Rock, which is going to get you some great views. This is a great section to hike in Sedona because it's not going to be as packed as other places. For example, Cathedral Rock can get quite busy. I believe Bell Rock as well can get quite busy. So this one is really, really good. So when I started this video, I said I was the president of Vaucluse, where we love to sweat less and explore more. And the reason I say that is because I took with me my Vaucluse cool dry frame, which I have here attached to my Osprey 22 liter. So what the cool dry frame does is it attaches to any backpack. And just so I can put it more front and center. So right here, this is the frame, and it's a dual frame. And what it allows you to do is to keep full separation between you and your backpack. It weighs about 6 ounces. You could buy, there are other products you could say on the market. They tend to weigh, I would say, 2 times, maybe even 3 times more. The frame of your backpack tends to weigh probably, I would say, easily 15 to 20 ounces. So this is very, very lightweight. Even if you don't have a frame in your backpack, this is even more ideal because all of a sudden you have a no frame backpack that you can attach this to, and then all of a sudden you have space between you and your backpack, so that way the air goes through, the heat evaporates or dissipates, the sweat evaporates, and as we all know that sweating does you no good to cool down your core if the sweat cannot evaporate. And so what this does, and it's really good out here in Sedona, is it allows my body temperature to stay cool. And so when I'm climbing those rocks in the Sedona sun, and I think it was in the 70s, humidity was in the 40s. So it wasn't too hot, but when the sun, it was cranking up, you know, every 30 minutes, it was getting hotter. And so this was very nice because it allowed that air to flow in my back. So if you're looking to stay cooler when you hike, to sweat less, to also protect your backpack from all the sweat, eventually your backpack's really gonna stink. If you wanna protect your backpack, be more comfortable, sweat less, and have a better experience hiking, check out the cool dry frame. The link is gonna be right below. That's it. See you on the trails.